This is the tall grass I told you about. We got one strand of this, and this is how big this thing has grown. As you can see, it's quite the monster. Exactly what it's called, I have no idea, but we can look that one up. Now here's the piece that I planted. I cut off of the main one and planted here, I guess it was probably, it could have been June, early June, late May, something like that. So you can see how much this thing has grown. Now here's what I was calling the spider plant. As you can see, it's just a long, tall, stalky thing. The flowers on these are just about done for the day. What happens is, as the flowers come out one day, they start to die off and the new flowers come up for the next day. And these will open up tomorrow. But you can see this is just a... Now this gets more sun, so and these are some of the spider plants that you can see. These are the little seed pods that they get, and they just like pump out lots and lots of seeds. And these are smaller because they've been in the shade and this is their first season, but they'll drop more and they'll get bigger. And here's one of some spider plants that, you know, they seeded themselves. They all volunteered. It's just a whole group of them all down in there. And also when they get in groups like this and the deer come along and they smell them, they'll leave everything else alone that's around them too. So we kind of have a tendency to put them all over the place. Now this here, it's hard to tell how this is going to come out because it's so bright on this spot, but this is the bluegrass, and this bluegrass will grow anywhere. Sun, this gets a little bit of sun in the afternoon, and you can see it's kind of spreading out. And next to it is the Linton rose, which is the leaf I was telling you that the deer will not even think about eating. They don't get close to this stuff. And I think over here, let me see, hold on a second, is one of the little flowers at the end of the season. So these flowers are not, but they get these little white flowers, and they're kind of all over it for most of the season, then they fall off at the end of the season. Here's another piece of bluegrass, and this one pretty much stays in the shade, but we just put it in, I think, a year or so ago, so it's just starting to spread. And here's a little more bluegrass. We just spread this stuff about because it starts to spread, and so we take pieces and put it somewhere else. Now this is the lace cap hydrangea. You can see now these came in, bloomed early on. It's like, I think it's white in there and these are all blue, but they just turn pink, and they kind of go through different colors during the rest of the season. This one's a little dry right now, but it still looks good. And this is another lace cap we have that, and all three of these, we have three of them that our friend, our neighbor gave us, and she grew them. I don't know, she cut off a stalk and grew it or something like that. So then we just came over and planted them. So they grow pretty easily, and they have really nice leaves on them. Our hydrangeas, that I think this one's in the shade a lot. You can see it's kind of like coming out in this direction, but you can see how great it looks. And I have no idea how big it's going to get, but this is about the third year, something like that. And I think you mentioned Rhoda's planting them. As far as I know, they don't eat these either. This is one we put in a year or so ago, and it's come up pretty nice. We just put 2 or 3 others in because we found them on sale. They're slower growers though, it takes them a while. And this is our mondo grass, which you were describing something that sounded like this. And the deer, I've never seen them ever touch this stuff either. So this gets those little purple flowers on, and the grasses are very, you know, they get about 1.5 feet, something like that. They have a nice shape to them. Good for borders, etc. And this is an indigo plant, which I've never seen a deer eat. They get really nice flowers early, and then they grow these seed pods that are, I don't know what they do with them. Anyway, deer don't eat them. Now you may know about this. This is lamb's ear, and deer will not touch this stuff. They've got fuzzy leaves. Ooh, they feel just like a little lamb, but the deer don't like them.